Hello, and welcome. Let's talk about a sound many of us know all too well. It's not the gentle creak of a rocking chair or the rustle of autumn leaves. It's the snap, crackle, and pop coming from our own bodies, that discouraging crunch in your knee as you climb the stairs, the stubborn ache in your fingers that makes opening a simple jar feel like a monumental task, or the low, persistent throb in your back that serves as a constant, unwelcome companion. For many of us over 60, this symphony of stiffness and soreness has become the background music of our daily lives. We're told it's just a part of getting older, an unavoidable toll that time takes on our joints. We reach for the bottle of painkillers, hoping for a few hours of relief, all the while worrying about the side effects and what they might be doing to our bodies long term. But what if I told you that some of the most potent, safest, and most effective tools for quieting that painful inflammation aren't in your medicine cabinet? What if they're hiding in plain sight, tucked away in your spice rack, waiting to be rediscovered? Imagine unlocking a natural pharmacy right in your own kitchen, a place where ancient wisdom and modern science converge, offering gentle yet powerful relief. Today, we are not just talking about adding a little flavor to your food. We are embarking on a journey to uncover the profound healing properties of three common, everyday spices. These are not exotic, hard-to-find ingredients, but familiar friends that hold the secret to soothing your aching joints, calming chronic inflammation, and helping you reclaim the freedom of movement you thought you had lost. So, get comfortable, and prepare to look at your kitchen pantry in a whole new light. The path to more comfortable days might just begin with a simple sprinkle. Our first stop on this healing journey might just be the most surprising. We're going to spotlight one of the most underrated spices, a tiny powerhouse often relegated to holiday baking and mulled ciders. Let's talk about cloves. These small, dark, nail-shaped buds may not look like much, but do not let their humble appearance deceive you. When it comes to easing joint discomfort and dialing down the fires of inflammation, cloves deliver benefits far beyond their size. You likely associate their warm, pungent aroma with festive desserts or a comforting spiced tea. And while they excel at adding that cozy note, their true value lies much deeper, within their rich concentration of bioactive compounds that can actively soothe sore joints and help shield them from further damage. So, what is the secret behind the might of this tiny spice? The headline molecule is a compound called Eugenol. This is the primary source of cloves' signature scent, but it is also the engine behind much of its therapeutic power. Modern science has taken a keen interest in Eugenol, investigating it for its potent anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and analgesic or pain-relieving properties. In simpler terms, this single compound helps to quiet the body's inflammatory pathways, neutralize cell-damaging free radicals, and gently take the sting out of persistent pain. Picture a joint that is puffy, stiff, or tender to the touch. This is the result of inflammation, which is the body's natural protective response to injury. However, when this response becomes chronic, as it does in conditions like osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, it begins to cause more harm than good, slowly eroding cartilage and creating a cycle of pain. Eugenol has been shown to inhibit the activity of an enzyme called cyclooxygenase 2, or this is the very same target that many over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen are designed to block. Cloves offer a gentler, food-based way to calm this inflammatory fire without the potential side effects of relying solely on pills. Furthermore, cloves rank as one of the most antioxidant-dense spices on the planet. This is incredibly important for joint health. Our bodies are constantly under assault from oxidative stress, a process accelerated by aging, environmental pollutants, a diet high in processed foods, and even chronic stress. This oxidative stress unleashes unstable molecules called free radicals, which act like tiny wrecking balls at a cellular level, accelerating the breakdown of cartilage and the degeneration of our joints. By supplying a rich arsenal of antioxidants, cloves help to neutralize these free radicals, protecting joint tissues and slowing down that degenerative process. To put this in perspective, on the ORAC scale, which measures antioxidant capacity, cloves dramatically outscore many celebrated superfoods, including antioxidant-rich berries like blueberries. There is another compelling angle to consider. Emerging research is beginning to suggest that the compounds within cloves may do more than just manage symptoms. They may actually help to limit the physical damage to cartilage seen in arthritic conditions. What this means is that incorporating cloves into your diet might not only help you feel better today, but could also help preserve the very structure of your joints, supporting better long-term flexibility, less stiffness, and fewer painful flare-ups over time. So, how can you incorporate this potent spice into your daily life without getting tired of the flavor? It's easier than you think. A simple whole clove tea can be a wonderful start. Just drop 4 or 5 whole cloves into gently boiling water, let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain and sip. A touch of honey or a squeeze of lemon can round out the flavor. Enjoy this soothing brew after a meal or in the evening, especially if nighttime aches and pains are your primary concern. When using ground cloves, remember that a little goes a long way. The flavor is intense, so a small pinch is often all you need. Stir it into your morning oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie with banana and cinnamon, or fold it into savory dishes like curries, stews, or lentil soups. You'll add a wonderful depth of flavor while simultaneously delivering joint-friendly compounds. You can also upgrade your golden milk. When warming your favorite milk with turmeric, ginger, and black pepper, add a tiny pinch of ground clove. This creates a deeply soothing, anti-inflammatory pre-bedtime ritual that your joints will thank you for. A word of caution is prudent. Because cloves are so highly concentrated in eugenol, it is important to stick to normal culinary amounts. Large doses, particularly in the form of concentrated supplements or essential oils taken internally, can be too much for the liver and may trigger side effects. Capturing the benefits without the risk is as simple as using it as a spice, not a megadose supplement. Real, sustainable health improvements are rarely about radical shifts. They are about smart, consistent additions. Cloves are precisely that, an everyday upgrade that can make a profound difference. Next, let's turn our attention to a spice that likely evokes feelings of warmth, comfort, and home. Let's discuss why cinnamon deserves a promotion from a simple baking ingredient to a key player in your joint care toolkit. Most of us relegate cinnamon to cinnamon rolls, apple pie, or a festive swirl in a hot beverage. Yet, this same familiar fragrant seasoning can play a truly meaningful role in easing joint aches and quieting inflammation. The stick or powder tucked away in your pantry could be one of the simplest, most accessible natural supports for your sore knees, stiff fingers, or that achy lower back. Cinnamon boasts a rich history in traditional healing systems, from ancient Egypt to Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, where it was prized for its warming and restorative properties. Modern science is now beginning to validate centuries of observation, pinpointing the key bioactive compound called cinnamaldehyde. This is the molecule responsible for cinnamon's signature aroma and flavor, but more importantly, it carries potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Since so much of our persistent joint pain is driven by that simmering, low-grade inflammation, anything that can safely and gently nudge those inflammatory pathways back into balance can make a significant difference in our day-to-day comfort. When chronic inflammation is active, the immune system can become confused and mistakenly target the body's own tissues, including the delicate lining of our joints. This friendly fire is what manifests as stiffness, swelling, and pain. Cinnamaldehyde and other related compounds in cinnamon help to calm this overzealous response. Several studies have directly linked cinnamon consumption with reductions in key inflammatory markers in the blood, such as C-reactive protein and tumor necrosis factor alpha, both of which are strongly associated with painful, inflamed joints. In one clinical trial, individuals with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed cinnamon daily reported a notable reduction in pain and swelling compared to a placebo group. For something as simple and safe as a common spice, that is a remarkable result. There's another crucial angle that matters just as much: circulation. Healthy blood flow is vital for joint health. It acts like a delivery service, bringing essential oxygen and nutrients to cartilage, ligaments, and connective tissues, while simultaneously acting as a waste removal service, carrying away metabolic byproducts that can aggravate soreness. Cinnamon is known to support better circulation. This improved blood flow creates an environment where tissues can better repair themselves, stay supple, and function more smoothly. When you combine improved circulation with a quieter inflammatory environment, you get a powerful 1-2 punch that your joints can truly feel. Cinnamon may also assist with blood sugar balance, which might sound unrelated to joint comfort, but is in fact deeply connected. Unstable blood sugar levels, with their characteristic spikes and crashes, are a major driver of systemic inflammation throughout the body. Elevated blood sugar can amplify inflammatory processes, worsening joint symptoms over time. By helping to steady glucose levels, cinnamon tackles a hidden driver of inflammatory discomfort from an entirely different direction. This kind of whole system benefit is precisely what makes food-based healing approaches so compelling. Now for the practical part. Start by layering cinnamon into foods you already enjoy. A warm bowl of oatmeal or quinoa porridge sprinkled generously with cinnamon and topped with berries is a perfect start. The pairing is delicious, and the berries add their own antioxidant compounds to complement cinnamon's anti-inflammatory punch. In smoothies, a pinch of cinnamon blends wonderfully with banana, almond milk, spinach, and even a little turmeric, adding an earthy sweetness and more joint-friendly benefits. If you enjoy a ritualistic cup of tea, a simple cinnamon infusion is wonderfully soothing. Simmer a whole cinnamon stick in water for 10 to 15 minutes, and then sip it warm. For extra support, add a slice of fresh ginger. Cinnamon also shines in savory dishes. Toss roasted sweet potatoes, carrots, or butternut squash with a light sprinkle of cinnamon before they go into the oven. The warmth of the spice beautifully complements the natural sweetness of the vegetables, creating a side dish that is both deeply nourishing and actively anti-inflammatory. One important detail to pay attention to is the type of cinnamon you are using. There are two main varieties on store shelves: Cassia and Ceylon. Most common, less expensive brands are Cassia cinnamon. While Cassia is perfectly fine in small amounts, it contains significantly higher levels of a compound called coumarin, which in large, regular quantities can put stress on the liver. If you plan to use cinnamon daily for its health benefits, it is worth seeking out Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled as true cinnamon. It has a lighter, more delicate flavor and a much lower coumarin content, making it the safer and superior choice for long-term daily use. You can typically find it online, in health food stores, or in the organics section of larger supermarkets. How much do you need? For general anti-inflammatory support, about a half to 1 full teaspoon of ground cinnamon per day is a reasonable and effective target. With spices, consistency is always more important than quantity. A modest amount used day after day provides a steady, gentle nudge toward balance, which is far more effective and easier on the body than sporadic mega doses. Healing doesn't have to be harsh. It can be as accessible and enjoyable as a fragrant mug of tea or a well-seasoned plate of vegetables. Finally, let's give some long overdue credit to one of the most common and most overlooked spices on every table in the world: black pepper. You might be thinking, really? The everyday sprinkle I twist over my food without a second thought? Yes, that exact one. Do not let its ubiquity fool you. Black pepper is far more than a simple flavor enhancer. When used wisely, it becomes a powerful and steadfast ally for easing joint soreness and reducing inflammation. For centuries, peppercorns have served a dual purpose, elevating meals while also supporting wellness in traditional healing systems like Ayurveda. Modern research is finally catching up, explaining why this pantry staple can be such a difference maker for achy knees, stiff fingers, or a back that complains after a long day. The secret is locked inside a naturally occurring compound called piperine. It is piperine that gives pepper its characteristic sharp bite, but it also delivers remarkable anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. As we've discussed, joint discomfort is often fueled by that chronic low-grade inflammation, which leaves tissues swollen, tender, and less mobile. Piperine works by helping to turn down the volume on key biochemical signals that drive this inflammatory fire. It can inhibit pro-inflammatory cytokines, which are signaling proteins that promote inflammation, effectively addressing the root cause instead of just masking the symptoms. But now we come to the most compelling reason to celebrate black pepper, especially when it comes to joint health. Piperine has a unique and powerful ability. It dramatically enhances the bioavailability of certain other nutrients. Bioavailability refers to how much of a substance is actually absorbed and used by your body, and its most famous partnership is with curcumin, the potent active compound in turmeric. Curcumin has earned a stellar reputation for its ability to soothe inflammation, but on its own, it is notoriously difficult for the body to absorb. This is where black pepper performs its magic. Studies have shown that consuming piperine alongside curcumin can increase its absorption by an astounding, that's not a typo, 20-fold. This is precisely why traditional recipes like golden milk and many curry powders always include both turmeric and black pepper. The combination is not just for taste, it is a brilliant feat of nutritional synergy. The piperine in the pepper acts like a key, unlocking the door that allows the curcumin from the turmeric to enter your bloodstream and get to work on your inflamed joints. Without its peppery partner, most of the beneficial curcumin would simply pass through your body unused. Bringing black pepper into your routine for joint support could not be simpler, but one rule is paramount. Always choose freshly ground pepper over the pre-ground dust in a shaker. The moment a peppercorn is ground, the piperine begins to oxidize and lose its potency. Grinding it fresh right before you eat preserves the maximum amount of this vital compound, meaning you get a much bigger therapeutic impact from the same sprinkle. Keep a pepper mill on your dining table and another by your stove. Use it generously throughout your day. Twist fresh pepper over your eggs at breakfast. Whisk it into a vinaigrette for your lunchtime salad. Stir it liberally into soups, stews, and chili. And most importantly, whenever you use turmeric, make sure black pepper is there as well. Whether you are roasting vegetables, making a lentil dal, or blending an anti-inflammatory smoothie, that combination is your golden ticket. The modest pinch you add is amplifying the power of the entire dish. Let's take a moment for a mindset reset. Living with chronic joint pain can be incredibly discouraging. It's easy to feel powerless, but it is crucial to remember that you are not. You do not need to overhaul your entire life to make progress. Small, sustainable habits are what truly move the needle. Black pepper is the epitome of one of those tiny, repeatable choices that quietly accumulate into less stiffness, less swelling, and more comfortable movement. The most profound shift is often the one that's already sitting right next to the salt. There you have it. 3 everyday spices with truly remarkable therapeutic potential, from the cozy warmth of cinnamon and its blood sugar balancing effects, to the antioxidant punch of cloves and its eugenol content, to the inflammation calming kick of black pepper and its incredible ability to boost the power of other nutrients. These simple staples do so much more than just flavor your meals. When used regularly and thoughtfully, they can become a cornerstone of your strategy to support joint health, ease swelling, reduce stiffness, and help you move through your days with significantly greater comfort and freedom. The best part is that you don't need to make sweeping, difficult changes to your life. It starts small, a sprinkle here, a pinch there. The key is consistency. These tiny, repeatable habits are what compound over time into real, tangible results. Remember, relief doesn't always come from a prescription bottle or a clinic. Often it begins right in your own kitchen, with the small, conscious choices you make every single day. So give your body the steady, gentle support it deserves, one delicious and healing plate at a time. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical, natural health tips designed to help you thrive. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 3 spices are you most excited to start using more regularly? Until next time, please take good care of yourself. You are absolutely worth it.